Gaffer, that assessment of that game?
Do you know it's a bewildering one tonight. But tonight, the last two defeats, they're a sort of bewildering set of performances and results. And I just stood with the lads, just talked with the lads, and spent some time, asking them, what do they think? And my assessment is that our motivation levels seem to have dropped, as though, I don't know, that big FA Cup scenario has come along. They've worked so very, very hard in those games. Whether they've taken so much out of themselves, physically and mentally, in those games, and there's been a sort of some sort of a hangover effect, and we can't shake that hangover out of them. I don't know. Whether, their hopes were so high and their belief was so great that they were going to go on and get through to the quarterfinals, put themselves within sight of Wembley, and whether the disappointment has just caught them. I think they're good lads. I really do think they're good lads. I think that, the performance looks lacklustre. It looks like there's no urgency. It looks like there's no energy. I'm screaming from the dugout about urgency and energy and thrust and purpose, and it doesn't seem to be there. They don't look athletic. They look as though they're making lazy decisions. But I don't think they're lazy lads. I don't think they're unathletic lads. You look at the distances they covered in that West Brom game. They covered phenomenal distances. They've got great levels of fitness about them. It's as though the life has drained out of them in the post FA Cup era. And on the one hand, I want to slam them for an awful shame, but I don't think that'll help them. I think there are some really good people in there, some really good lads, and I've talked it through. I'm not sure that we've reached the answer, but for me, it is a motivational thing. I think somehow they've just lost their desire, the level of desire that they had, and we just need to rediscover it, rediscover our sense of purpose, and that's what we're going to work on between now and the weekend.
Yeah, it's down to the players themselves, really, to lift themselves to get them out of this malaise.
Yeah, I think sometimes around the football club, everybody gets really down about what they're watching, and almost like the players are doing it deliberately, or they're doing it because they're not working hard enough. I mean, we've worked relentlessly between Saturday and today. Mentally, we've worked on the training ground, and we've taken none of it into the game. It's bizarre. It's bewildering. But as I say, my experience is sometimes you're working with bad people, and it's a problem with the people. That's not the case here. These are not lads who've suddenly down tools, have gone on strike, are not playing for the club. They desperately want to do well. Maybe some of them want to do well to the point where they're stopping themselves doing well. We need to work that out. We just need to get them thinking, I think, about what it is that's motivating and driving them, what it is that's changed between the very, very good performance. Yes, 5 league defeats in 6, I think, incredibly, but it's 3 straight defeats since that West Brom game. We got edged out against Gillingham, we got edged out against Burton. We were all disappointed with those performances and results, but they were different kind of defeats. Tonight was just almost malaise, where we just couldn't get ourselves going. It started from the first whistle. We conceded that early goal. We kind of worked really hard and played some good football in patches in the first half to get ourselves back in it. But after half time, it looked like we just left ourselves in the dressing room. And as I say, I feel for them, because I can see they don't look confident. They don't look like they understand what they're doing. But I don't believe that's the case. I just think that they need to take the pressure off themselves, and we need to do some good work, some intelligent work between now and the weekend.
It is a case as well, obviously it's 15 games left of the season in February. There's still plenty to play for, but as you say, maybe taking the pressure off them and just allow them to go and express themselves.
Do you know, honestly, I don't think we've really put the pressure on them. I think, everybody knows we were in a great position. We were in the top 6, and we were in a great position. We hit a run of games where we played a lot of the top sides, and we fell a little bit short. Well, a little bit of learning in our young players, and they're more than capable of winning those games. I think it's healthy to be playing for the top end of the table. I think it's healthy to have the desire to get out of the league. I think it's healthy to have the desire to get out of the league at the soonest. And I think that they're more than capable of putting together a winning run. They're more than capable of that. They've shown that already this season. We can talk about players who, have been injured or have dropped out of the squad or whatever, but that group of lads back in whenever it was, September, went to Oldham and they played great football, scored great goals and deservedly won the game. And the front four, front five players were the same players. So we know we've got the talent in there. I just think whatever it is that's holding them back, they don't know themselves. They really don't know themselves. I've had a good chat with them in there, and they don't know themselves. But we need to work it out, and we need to wind ourselves back up into a frame of mind where we're ready to go and produce the football that we are capable of, and I'm sure we can get back to.